Hey, this is ViolinguyGolf, and this is going to be take 2 of my bunker tutorial. I recorded yesterday a little bit, was almost finished, was so close to being finished. My wife called, and, you know, like you got to take that call. Bunkers. So this is actually not tutorial hills, as you probably can discern from the terrain here. This is a new golf course that I'm working on, and it doesn't have a name yet. It's going to be something Badlands, I think, is going to be the name of it. But it's my first desert golf course for any golf sim. I've never designed a desert golf course. I've tried a few times. It's just I can't do it, you know. And I almost gave up on this one. I had the first, like, 3 holes done. Here's 1, here's 2. And was close to, like, giving up, you know. I was like, oh, God, this just doesn't look right. I don't like it, you know, because it's out of my comfort zone, you know. But I'm going to tell you this, you know, something unrelated to the bunkers anyway, but this is a great golf course design advice, is you've got to get out of your comfort zone. And I did that with Mount Freedom Country Club, the one that I have just recently published. You know, I got out of my comfort zone a little bit and made a golf course that is not like golf courses I have usually made. I usually make golf courses that have this kind of fairway, like the wavy fairways. I call them Jack Nicklaus fairways. Okay. You know, large bunkers with fingers. Now, these are just oddly shaped bunkers that I've gone ahead and done, you know, because I want them to look different. You know, they're not really standard shaped bunkers, even the ones with the fingers in them. So, you know, I got out of my comfort zone over there, and I'm out of my comfort zone here for sure, because I don't do desert. You could just this is a bunker that I just threw down, you know, on this. Okay, these are bunkers that I've done already. Okay, now you can leave this one here, and, you know, it's not all bad. You know, just like the TGC designer will auto flatten fairways, it auto sinks bunkers just a little bit. So literally, if you wanted to leave this here, it doesn't look terrible. Okay, but I got to tell you, these look better. All right, and it's up to you how much time you want to spend working on this. One doesn't look so good, and I did work on it. I may revisit that, but, you know, those 2 bunkers, this bunker here looks nice. Okay. And you can spend as much or as little time, on the bunkers as you like. But I'm going to show you pretty much how I do these ones. Okay, this one has some fingers, but it also has a large, you know, just area. So I'm going to show you what I do for bunkers here. And there are, you know, as many different techniques and methods of creating bunkers as there are designers. So, you know, this is not the only and best way, but it's the way that I do stuff. Oh, my God. I went to bed early, got up early, should be fine. I've already had coffee today, I swear. Okay. 2 things you got to do when you make a bunker. Okay, and that's raise land, and you need to lower land. All right, now, I'm going to start with lowering here. So sculpt land, raise, you know, raise is the catch-all term, and go to the elliptical brush, or the oval, if you will, brush with the sharpest edge. And let's go ahead and put that in here. You know, you want it close to the edge, but not overlapping the edge. You want it close to the edge. And we're going to drop that down a little. Oops, it's too much. You know, anywhere up to like about a foot and a half. Okay, you don't need to go crazy with deep bunkers here. Trust me, these bunkers are plenty deep. All right, and you're just lowering the bottom. You know, when you use this brush, it generally keeps, you know, the part that's not blue is going to retain whatever elevation is in there. How much did I? 6. Let's go a little more. Okay, so now I've got the bulk of the bunker down there. Now I'm going to go ahead and do the detail part. We're going to make the brush smaller. We're going to go over here into this little guy. You know, it's like a lake and you're trying to find a place to go fishing. All right, whoops, we're going to put him down a little. And all you're doing is giving a little definition to the bottom of your bunker. And then you're going to see what happens. That's going to, you know, I mean, again, you could totally leave it after doing this step. And I have sometimes. You know, I work on golf courses until I'm satisfied with what it looks like. Okay, if I think it looks good, then I go with it. All right. I don't like that so much. Okay. Then I got to get over here. I don't like this so much. I like a bunker that's generally flat on the bottom and then has a slight raise up around the land. Okay, now we've kind of got that, but we need to make some more. So guess what? Now we're going to come up here, and this is a very important part that many designers don't do. I've always said, even going back to my, the PGA days, I did a lot of tutorials for PGA 2K and how to design golf courses. And a lot of my tutorials, are pretty much how to design golf courses just in general. But this one here, I want to see if I can get this to look right. These are tough. These little tiny little puzzle piece edges. Okay, but it's the most important thing, more so even than sinking your bunker into the ground, is raising the land around it. Raising the land around it is so important. If you don't do it, okay, first of all, there's no land in the world that's flat. All right, I mean, I don't care what you say. I don't care about what desert or, Death Valley or any of that nonsense, but there's no ground that is flat. If you put a level on the ground, or better yet, put a marble on the ground anywhere, it is going to roll in one direction or another. There's no land that's just flat. Okay? But, you need to raise these outer edges. Sometimes I'll use the slightly less. Okay? And I don't always do the front edges either. Okay? I prefer to have the highest part of the bunker, the highest mounding whatever of the bunker to be facing the target that the golfer is going to be hitting at. That's a little mean, honestly, but that's the way golf courses are designed. Okay, so now I've raised all that land. I've lowered everything in the bunker. Again, if you wanted to, you could keep it just like this, but it looks a little unpolished. These little mound things here don't look exactly right. So let's get back out here and go to flatten. Take the fuzzy brush, as we in the business call it. And we're going to flatten this. A little too big. We're going to come over here. Now, you got to be careful because you don't want your bunker to look like this. That looks like crap. You want your bunker to look like this. All right. So, and it's all trial and error, my friend. I mean, this is the first new golf course design software that I've used since probably Tiger Woods, when I started using Tiger Woods in the early 2000s, like 2005. I guess that makes it the mid 2000s, but so it's there's a learning curve here for sure. If you've never used, if you've never created a golf course on a computer and certainly on a console, which is what I'm doing right now, and that changes things a little bit as well. Console is not as precise, and but I seem to be getting it here. So, all right, so there's a bunker, and it looks very, very nice. And you could go in and even do more if you wanted to, but I am going to do more. Actually, there's something that don't look right. It's called blend, raise. Let's go back to our sharp brush down here. Go down there. It's not like Bob Ross. It's like, oh, we're going to make a happy little bunker right here, and I'm going to make sound effects when I raise and lower it. I need that edge to be a little bit more stark. So anyways, there's a bunker, and there's 4 bunkers that guard this green, even though none of them are nearby the green. Why would you do that, Charles? Well, what I would do is I go back here, and again, this is something that you want to do when you're designing a golf course. This is a general thing, but look up at the top. It says yards to tee. Okay, and this plays downhill a little, but yards to tee, we're going to say 305. That's about as far as somebody can hit it with tour clubs. All right, and there's our view, okay, of the green. Okay, I'm 245 yards away, but mostly all I can see are the flags and the tops of these bunkers. I don't get that there's 50 yards of fairway in between them and the It's actually not, yeah, it's close to 50. Okay. So that's a visual thing. I love doing that on golf courses, to show the players or show the golfers something, and then have them go, oh, duh, no problem, because they're going to sit there and the golfers are going to hem and haw over what club to hit because they got to hit it this far. I'm going to put another bunker right here, actually, and I'm going to show you how I shape those real quick. But, they're going to hem and haw over what club to hit because they don't want to hit it into these bunkers. And then they're going to look at the overhead and they're going to say, whoops, what? Oh, duh, I want to hit, if you're, this is an imminently reachable par 5. I mean, this par 5 is if you hit it off the tee 300, you got 250 to the hole. Okay, so, I mean, this is built to be a reachable par 5. Okay, this, if you hit a bad shot, this is going to be very tough over here. If you push one and you hit it into this nonsense, which it's going to look something like, where's my 7th hole? 7th hole's down here. It's going to look a little bit, that's not the 7th hole, that's the 6th hole, doofus. It's going to look a little like this. All right, this is not a place where you want to hit the golf ball. Okay, and that's going to be what we have over here on number 8. All right, so guys are going to be, challenging these 2 pot bunkers, which are not terribly in play. Now, I need to move that waypoint, but I can't because it's not in fairway right now, so I'll fix that later. Okay, so I'm adding another bunker. Because when the golfer is down here, I want him to see sand and more sand. So, create surfaces, bunkers, brush. All right, now, as you can see, there are no round bunkers on my golf course. Even these pot bunkers are not... Where'd you go? There we are. Are not perfectly shaped. So this is a golf course, unlike Mount Freedom, where I'm going with, funky shaped bunkers. Okay, so we'll make that a little smaller. We're going to go like this. All right, and as you can see, it's going to auto, sink down into the land. Now, another thing that will separate your golf course from other golf courses that are being made is if you don't just use the shapes, the brushes that are available to you. Okay, if I just left that there, everybody who plays this golf course is going to say, yeah, that's lazy because he just took that brush and just plopped down a bunker. Anybody could do that. That is correct. But now I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to add this one. Now, this is a pretty fuzzy shape, so this should give me a more kind of rounded section over here and not so... See, that looks pretty cool. All right, but now I got to do something else. I got to go back to this guy, and we're going to go... I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, I'm going to do something like this. Okay, because I don't want the little fingers sticking out like that. I would prefer to have a large bunk. There we go. Perfecto. That's exactly what I want, okay? And then I'm going to do this one I'm going to start with sculpting the outside, because this is going to be, very, very typical, traditional, bunker. Happy little bunker. Happy little bunker over here, and it's just going to be very nice, but it's your world. You do whatever it is you want to do, and, it's your world. That's what Bob Ross says like 50 times everything. And Bob Ross is just awesome. I mean, when I was a kid, I used to watch it, and I was like, dude, he can paint that thing, and it only takes him like a half an hour. And other artists, professional artists, hate the guy's guts because he can, he makes it a nice looking painting in 28 minutes. But that being said, I like Bob Ross. I think he's awesome. I think, anything that gets people to paint or, become active in the arts is a good thing. I'm a musician, so... I do a lot of playing, a lot of performing, and I'm also artistic. I like to, I'm more into the photography because I can't draw worth shit, but, so that's actually not a bad looking bunker right now. I'm going to do some more to it. I'm going to get my flattening brush out and get this kind of taken care of now. What's that going to look like from back here? Something you always want to check. Can't even see it, which is actually not a bad thing. Okay, so... you already can see these bunkers, so that, those bunkers basically are a sign on the golf course saying, don't hit the ball over here. All right, so, I'm pretty happy with the way this course is shaping up so far. Again, very out of my comfort zone, this crazy kind of elevation that I'm doing here. Here's the 4th hole, very similar to the 8th. This one's a much longer par 4, or par 5 rather. You're going to hit the ball to here, and then you're going to have 258 from here. I have not hit the ball far enough to have 258 yet. This bunker not in play off the tee. It's 330, but it does give the golfer something to look at. And every time I play this, even though I'm the designer, I try to draw one around this corner, and actually this is about as far as you can hit it. So here's 304, it gives you 273. So that's a pretty good poke with a 3-wood if you can step on it there. So that's about it on the bunkers. It looks like I'm going to get through this, knock on plastic, without interruption. I'm almost finished with the front 9 of my golf course here. I've got the 9th hole yet to do, but I've got 8 playable holes. And, I'm really happy with the way this is going so far. I hope you can use whatever advice I give you on these tutorials to make better bunkers, to make better golf courses. I say this in every video. I'm going to say it again now. When you create a golf course, when you hit that create new or new course or whatever the button, I think it's new course, you need to do your best work from the beginning. Okay, there's a time and place for messing around in the designer. I've got other, blank land plots and other started courses that I never finished where I can mess around. Okay, and you can even mess around on here. You just got to make sure you have the undo button ready. And God bless HB, the undo doesn't work sometimes. So, anyways, do your best work. Create the best golf course you can create. The better the golf course you create, the better the golf course that us designers create, the more fun the players are going to have on tour. And they're going to have a ball if you create an awesome golf course. So you've got the tools to do it. Check out my other tutorials. I believe this is number 6 or 7 in the tutorial series. This will be on YouTube probably on Monday. I'm not going to get a chance to do it today because I am out of here. But you guys have a terrific weekend. Violin Guy out.